First of all, we are going to head to our interview with JGC to get a insight onto high voltage season. Let's get into it. I'm going to try to call her on the line, and I would love to hear high voltage finally getting some wins. So it'd be great to hear. JGC, are you indeed here?
Yes.
Yes, woohoo! JGC, how are you feeling? High voltage getting their first wins of the season. How does it feel?
It feels good to get the first wins of the season because we didn't win any of the games in the beginning because we kind of we weren't ready.
Yeah.
And our communication was not great.
Yeah, so talk to me, how did those first few weeks go? What was the team morale? I mean, I know it's hard to not win at all, but were you guys kind of still having fun with it? Were you joking around, or was it you guys were, pretty hurt by all the losses?
Well, it was kind of hard since season 1, everything was easier. Everything was way easier in season 1 because all the teams were at the same level and they were in the community, and it was less competitive and there were less teams. But when it expanded to season 2, you got all these really high level teams where it's just hard to even get a game off of them.
Yeah, no kidding. So was it kind of a surprise for high voltage, a little bit of a shock, if you will?
I feel like it was a little bit of a shock, but I was kind of expecting that there would be a lot of really good teams that we wouldn't be able to beat.
Yeah, totally. So how has the experience been for you being in this esport league? Is it, something that you just do for fun? Is this, you're a highly competitive person and you want to keep improving, keep growing? What has the experience been for you? What do you want to get out of this league?
I just want to become a better player since I haven't been playing for a very long time. And I'm not the best player, but I just do my best and stay positive and just do my role in the team and try to play it well.
Yeah, so how long have you been playing Splatoon?
A little bit under 8 months.
Wow. Okay, yeah. So you're still new to the game, already jumping into competitive. That's pretty cool. How do you, as a newer player, then now that you're in competitive, how do you work on getting better? What is your method?
I just play every day. I play at least one battle of turf war. Sometimes I can't play, but sometimes I will try to play a couple of ranked or turf war to just keep my skills.
Nice,
and make sure they don't go away.
Yeah, just getting a little bit of muscle memory going each day. I like that. So for those that haven't seen high voltage, maybe they've come in late into the game and only watched season 2. How did high voltage form? What is the team like? And talk, maybe, I know Rose is the creator of it, but maybe talk about how you joined the team as well.
I joined the team in season 1 after high voltage in the first matchup had the DC problems.
Yeah.
I realized that they didn't actually have a sub, so I offered to be the sub and then eventually became the starter because everyone was DCing. But that was just how I got there. It kind of just happened.
All right, I like it. So because Zach isn't here, he had to go to work. I need to ask a Zach-like question for his cause. So JGC, we've seen on stream, not in the league, but in other streams, your sister play as well as Splatoon. So I need to know, if you guys were in a WWE type matchup fight, who would win between you and AKC?
I would win.
You would win, and why?
I would win because I've been playing for longer and I can flank pretty easy with my weapons that I like, and I'm a very aggressive player sometimes, and I can get a lot of kills easily.
Okay. And what would you change your name to if you had to change your name from JGC to something else? What would you change it to? You gotta pick within 5 seconds, off the top of your head.
know. I don't really know what I would be called.
Okay. How about Crazy Panda?
Would that even fit in the name?
I don't know. What does JG stand for? Mahizi wants to know. I like that question. Does it stand for anything?
Well, JGC is just my initials, and then the numbers are just numbers.
Got it. I like it. All right. Awesome. Well, JGC, why, as the season continues, should we be rooting for High Voltage for those who are viewing the league?
You should root for High Voltage because we always have like problems in the beginning of the league, but we like to come out strong in the end.
Yeah.
And it doesn't I don't like to give up in the game. Like, I always keep playing no matter what happens.
Awesome. Well, I love that attitude that even when you guys were winless, you came in today and you actually got 2 wins, which was awesome to see. I love that attitude of never giving up, never stopping. So keep on fighting, JGC. Any last thing you want to say to the fans before we go?
I don't really know.
I love it. Do you want to thank anybody or shout out anyone?
I don't know.
Okay, there it is. Shout out to I Don't Know, JGC. I love it. Thanks for the interview, talking about High Voltage. I love you guys' attitude, so keep it up, JGC, all right?
Okay.
All right, we'll talk to you another time. Thank you. All right. Let's check out stuff from week 5. I think Solver, if you're still on the line, let me know, and we'll get you in here to get your thoughts as well. Are you still here?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to take a look at the standings. Man, Solver, this is an incredibly tight race. And remember, we got 4 teams making playoffs. With Nasty Majesty's performance today, they jump up into 3rd and have a pretty comfortable spot. Meanwhile, Mirage drops down to 4th right now, and hot on their tails are Translucents and Regular Gamers. So, unfortunately, it looks like Ink Kings, High Voltage, and Lunar Tide are going to be eliminated from the playoff race. But out of Mirage, Translucents, and Regular Gamer Solver, do you have a team in mind that you think is going to take 4th place?
I'm going to have to go with Mirage, since that loss gap between Translucents and Mirage is a little big. But I would not count out Translucents just yet.
Yeah, well, I think there's an interesting case that you can make for Regular Gamers because they took down Mirage. They're going to have that tiebreaker. So if it ends up being a tie between those two, you could, potentially say Regular Gamers has a great shot. I do worry a little bit for Translucents because they dropped that game to High Voltage today. I really feel like they needed that. They still have, obviously, a great chance to make it in. But this playoff race is getting pretty tight with only 2 weeks left. So, Solver, let's take a look at next week's schedule and how they're going to affect the playoff race. The first matchup is going to be Bittersweet versus Lunar Tide, then followed up by High Voltage, Regular Gamers, Ink King, Regular Gamers, Persistence versus Mirage, and last, Nasty Majesty versus Translucents. So, Solver, I'm looking towards the end of the day. We got Persistence number 2 versus Mirage number 4 right now, and we have Nasty Majesty number 3 versus Translucents number 5. So that's going to be a heck of an end to the stream next week.
Definitely, definitely going to be a great ending. I am a little worried for Mirage going up against Persistence.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, but still, I would not count out any teams out just yet, especially with regular gamers getting 2 times to play. They might get their win-loss ratio up a little bit.
Yeah, and I think that's really a huge opportunity for them next week. They're playing High Voltage and Ink Kings, which are the number 7 and number 9 team. If they end up sweeping, then you're talking about Regular Gamers now being at 14-7 with just one matchup left in the season. So
that would actually be impossible if they do get the whole entire sweep. That would guarantee them 4th place.
Maybe guarantee. I don't know. We'll have to see about that. But it's going to be a huge week for them next week to see if they can pull it off. It's looking like they have a really good chance based on their strength of schedule. They do have to face Bittersweet the last week of the season, so that's going to be a little bit tougher. But I think Nasty Majesty also has the chance, Solver, that if they do end up beating Translucents, even in a 2-1, I feel like that might knock out Translucents and it might lock in Nasty Majesty. So that last game of the day is going to be really important too. If Translucents ends up winning it, then we're talking about, again, the last week being really close for all 4 of those teams. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited, and Solver, we'll have to hopefully have you back because you've done a great job commentating today. So thank you for being here. We're going to go look for somebody to, of course, raid and pass you guys off onto another Splatoon streamer. So get ready for that. But Solver, any last thoughts from your day-to-day commentating these games? Anything that really stood out to you as the highlight?
Honestly, whoever won the Nasty Majesty games were, from what I've seen, were really good. Because I haven't seen the first 3 games, but the last 3, I would say Nasty Majesty had the best run today.
Yeah, for sure. I think they did an excellent job, and I think that potentially could put them in a lock for playoffs. They really just need to win probably 1 more match, maybe 2, but it's looking pretty good for them. So I definitely agree there. We're going to go ahead and raid Pika, doing a cool 2v2 tournament. So let's go show them some love, show them with that hashtag WTP raid. I will see you guys next Friday. Zach will see you Thursday. And of course, next week, there's only 2 more weeks left of Walk the Plank Esports until playoffs. So you're not going to want to miss next week. We're in 2 weeks of regular season, and then on November 15th will be the closeout playoffs of both semifinals and finals. But right now, today, throw those GGs in the chat, the hashtag WTP raid. Get ready. I'll see you guys on the other side of the raid, and I hope you all have a super swell week. Solver, do you want to say goodbye as well real quick?
Well, goodbye, everyone. It's been a lot of fun being a commentator, especially for my first time as a WTP
There you go.
commentator.
All right.
And Luke, I've really enjoyed just talking with you.
Yeah, well, thanks for being here. Appreciate it, and appreciate all you guys helping out with the league. So we'll see you guys next time. Adios. See you on the raid.
Goodbye.
Bye.